Mr. Joseph. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Joseph, let's see where you're going. To Laguna Hills Drive in Fort Myers?
Yes,
right.
please.
It's a 50-minute drive.
Oh, it's 50 minutes. Traffic is so bad.
It's a good ride. There's water in the door.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Can I ask what kind of building was that? I've never been there.
Oh, it's the IT office for this company, Artrex. They make medical devices.
Yeah, Artrex is a big here in Naples.
Yeah.
And that's their IT building?
Yeah.
Oh, you're an IT person?
Yeah, afraid so.
You're afraid so?
Yeah.
I'm an IT person. I'm an.
Oh yeah.
Well, I work in IT for a non-profit. I do websites, programming, databases,
Oh, cool.
user support, things like that. But non-profits, it doesn't pay really great, so I do a little Ubering on the sidelines.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, which is also keeps me sane because like during the day you're like stuck behind a computer all day.
Oh yeah, it gets frustrating, doesn't it?
A little bit, and this is just nicer. Do I have your permission to record our ride for my YouTube channel?
Yeah, no problem.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Not meaning that you have to talk. If you need to work, that's fine too. That's my YouTube channel.
Okay.
You can check out the video tomorrow or so. And then if you don't like it, let me know and I'll take it down.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But I'm happy you're easy with that. About half the people say, yeah, sure, no problem. And the other half says, no, I'm private. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then in case you get phone calls, I just cut those out. I don't want I want you to feel free making phone calls. So I cut those out of the video.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just like I like meeting people. I like having conversations, and then publishing those on YouTube. Yeah. I don't know yet if it's gonna be anything. I have 45 subscribers. Oh no, 46. Somebody promised to subscribe. So I'm gonna have 46. So you know.
That's
It's
pretty cool.
yeah. It's just for fun. So can I ask, what do you do? You're in IT, but like.
Yeah, I work on a lot of their business systems, like their SAP systems, like their financial system.
Big servers.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So all the support and upgrades and.
Although SAP isn't that completely in the cloud nowadays, or is that still, or you run your own Unix servers and?
It's cloud. We use the Azure. Microsoft Azure.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like our personal cloud, basically.
Yeah.
But then they do their newer products are well, not just the newer ones, but a lot of the products are subscription cloud based as well.
Which actually gets expensive. Like if you look at the like for example Salesforce, my non-profit that I work for is struggling so much with paying those licenses because they pay for each and every user license.
Yeah.
Now Microsoft is in general very affordable, but for example Salesforce, I don't know how that is with SAP, but Salesforce is just, you know, if you have 30 licenses, it's adding up. But then if you have, like, let's say you want to use that same software for another department, then you have to buy another 30 licenses. Bang, that doubles your costs, and it adds up so quickly. It is like $400-500 per year per user. That adds up very quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that is really a good route for us to go.
Yeah, well, we have Azure, so we deployed a virtual machine there, which costs, I don't know, maybe a few hundred a month. And then we install the SAP system, or not to the point where we can just, deploy an SAP system already on the virtual machine and pre-configured and all that kind of thing. We're not really there yet. So we have the infrastructure team would deploy the VM, and then we build the SAP system, and then we have a department that handles all the licenses and stuff like that.
So that's a cheaper way of doing things.
Yeah. So then we manage it on-prem. Our team on site manages all the SAP systems that are in that cloud, that Azure portal.
Yeah.
But what SAP want to do now is they want to
host it themselves.
Yeah. They'll do all. They'll basically provide, a team that does what I do.
Yeah.
And they're making it so that if you buy the product, they're trying to force you into getting that, signing up for that model. So that makes my job kind of
redundant.
Yeah.
I
don't know, they've been saying this for a couple of years, so.
But eventually they'll get there, because that is a slow ticking time bomb. It's like, I've seen that with Confluence of Atlassian.
Yeah.
First you could just get the software for free for non-profits. You had to run it on your own server, which was my job. I ran the server and put the software on there, and hundreds of users could use it for free. And now they say, yeah, well, we're going to discontinue, but you can migrate to the cloud. And granted, it's a very affordable price. It's a low price. But I'm sort of going to be without a job at that part. I thankfully have other technical things to do, but that part is going to be taken off my desk, because Atlassian is going to take over that part, offering it in the cloud. And it's, like I said, it's affordable, but it's still more than what we were paying before that. It's like as if that is a trend with software companies, where they force you, because they're going to discontinue the service software.
Yeah.
The support for it.
Yeah.
No further bug fixes or any of that.
Yeah. So if you open a ticket, they say no, we can't.
Exactly. If you have a problem with it, you're on your own.
Yeah.
Plus, what are you gonna do when they discover new vulnerabilities? You're gonna like expose your business with old software. You can't do that. So they'll force you to go that direction, right? Now, Anthrax will still need you to manage and run the cloud for them, probably, because there's probably not a lot of qualified people that can do that.
There's a lot of that's what SAP are trying to do. They're trying to offer you a service where they're your infrastructure people, they're your application people, they're your database,
right?
And
they're your backup.
then you pay, and your license fee and all is in there, and you pay for that. So you don't need people to do upgrades and things like that.
Right.
But I think the saving part of my job might be in the fact that SAP connects to all these other different systems. That's the kind of area where I'm focused on. So like they have it's called like a vendor invoice management system. So the user would scan an invoice, and the system's updated and stuff like this, but that invoice gets stored out in an archive. So there's a interface to that archive system.
Sure.
So I've been handling a lot of the third-party systems, like tax calculation system, that archive system. That's something that they won't be able to offer in that new model that they want to push.
Right.
So I think that's kind of the saving.
That's going to be your tasks.
Yeah.
Still come up with software for that solutions. Yeah.
I think so.
Have you ever done programming yourself? Like pure system development, or?
I'm not so much a program. I can look at the program, figure out what it does.
Okay.
But if you were to ask me to do it from scratch, it would take me, a lot longer than someone that's used to doing it.
Sure. So you have affinity with it, but you haven't really programmed yourself much.
Yes, yeah, I do. There's little things little scripts I've got to put together, like what's one that I've got going on at the moment? Some JavaScript stuff that I have to. The ABAP code that's the code for SAP.
Okay.
That I can follow that. That's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But I don't really get into the programming side that much.
Yeah. So have you always worked for Antrax, or?
I've actually worked for SAP.
Oh, okay.
Before.
Good move.
And then I moved from there to. I was in the support side, which is in Europe.
In Europe?
Originally from Ireland.
Oh, you're from Ireland. Suddenly I hear it now.
Yeah.
The way you said Ireland?
Yeah. And
so you were born in Irish?
Yeah.
And then when did you come here?
About 15 years.
Oh, quite a while.
Yeah.
But like for work or so?
Yeah, it was
to go work with SAP. Yeah,
and then
cool.
Got married, and it was up in Philly, their office.
Okay.
Their headquarters are up there, which I didn't. I got married to someone from Texas, so I moved there.
Oh, okay.
I left SAP.
Oh, you left SAP and you first moved to Texas.
I kind of had to leave them because it was all what I was doing there with them was kind of based out of the Philadelphia office, but traveling then to customers.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do it. And then it was a couple of weeks I would work in the back office and stuff there.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a long time ago, so.
But they didn't have
working remote wasn't as popular. I would say back then. So.
Right. But they didn't have a job for you in Texas.
No, I think they had some small sales office maybe there.
Oh yeah.
And then I couldn't really do remote.
So how did you and your spouse meet?
It was when I moved over here. Well, met her on site at one of the client sites that I went to.
Oh yeah.
So
you had to fix computers for the client?
Yeah, it was some. I think it was some upgrades or something we were doing. So we were there for quite a while.
Basically, that's how I met my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. They actually sent me to Haiti to fix some databases on a computer, So I was in Haiti for a couple of weeks working from this office, and our eyes met, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
That's how that goes. I thought she was cute, and she was, and she still is. And never regret that. You know, you fall in love, what can you do? Don't learn.
Yeah.
And so,
And whereabouts are you from?
My wife's from Haiti, and I'm from the Netherlands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so sort of close to Ireland, I guess.
Yeah.
I've never been to Ireland though. It's too bad, because Ireland seems to me like a beautiful country.
Where in the Netherlands? Do you mind me asking?
No, I'm from Brabant. The North Brabant, which is the province where my parents live currently.
Okay.
Now, I lived the most actually in The Hague for my studies. I used to go to Delft University.
Yeah.
And worked a while for the police department in the Netherlands. I finally thought that was boring, and then I left. I've been outside the Netherlands now for 23 years.
Wow.
And it's been good to me. Life has been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving around, and not much of a career though. But that's okay. I do good work, and I'm very happy with that. And so no complaints here. But so what's unclear to me is, where did you meet your wife though? Was that in Philly or in Texas?
It was Texas.
I was in Texas. You had to be there to fix something for them, and then
so a lot of like the oil, Shell.
Oh yeah.
What was the other one? I keep on want to say Enron, but it's not Enron. Shit, I can't remember. But we would travel there to do like different services for them, like upgrades and things like that. And because I was there for quite a while, then that's...
Yeah, then you get to meet people.
Yeah.
You guys fell in love, huh? And so... And then finally she said, I'm not going to Philly. If you want to make this work, you better come to Texas. So then you had to dig your cowboy hat out of the closet, put on some boots. I don't know. I don't know nothing about Texas. I'm just making fun. But so you moved to Texas, right?
Yeah.
And you started a family?
Well, I got divorced, and then
I'm sorry. Jeez.
Then I was because it was just outside Houston, and I was working with a drilling company.
Okay.
And it was just kind of ridiculous hours. It was great money, but it was just ridiculous hours. And then
was that
I
then
moved
also
to Connecticut, where I met my wife now.
Oh, your second wife? Okay.
Yeah, and worked Connecticut and Manhattan for 4 years.
Okay.
And then when we had our son, my commute was so much that I didn't see him before I left.
Oh,
and then I didn't see him when I got home.
Yeah, he would be in bed
asleep.
already.
Yeah. And I try to work it out with them, like working from home. Because I didn't want to move. We weren't going to move because my wife worked in the opposite direction. So I left, and we decided, I got offered couple of different positions at the time, and we said we would just take this one here. So we moved
Together, you moved here.
Yeah, about 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
We said we'd give it 1 year.
Oh, I see a smile on your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd give it 1 year and move back. You know.
Oh, you moved back to connect?
No, we were going to, and then it just never happened.
No, never happened.
Yeah.
Florida does something to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I think it was, we were here a year, and we had my daughter.
Oh, second child?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
congratulations.
That's, yeah, I think from then it was, we were going to be stuck here.
Yeah. Well, Florida is not a bad place to get stuck.
Yeah.
Also, what I've noticed is that family, they love to visit us here. You know, so my parents come over here, but also the kids, they like going to the beach, so they like coming here.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not always just for me or for my wife. It's just like, you know, they love coming to Florida because they're up in the cold or whatever, and then they like coming here as well to visit. And yeah, Florida is a nice place to visit. I mean, yeah. Do you still have family in Ireland that comes visit you here, or?
Oh yeah.
Maybe like parents or brother, siblings.
Yeah,
or?
my parents usually come every year.
Yeah. Wow. Nice.
They were until COVID.
Oh.
And then they came over last year. For, I think they stayed with us for about a month. But next year this year, since the kids are old enough now, we're gonna go visit them.
Oh, you're gonna, yeah.
Yeah, and
Has your wife seen Ireland yet?
Yeah, because a lot of my relatives couldn't come over for the wedding.
Oh.
Because she's from upstate New York.
Yeah.
And obviously that's where we were getting married. And
with her family.
My older brother, he couldn't come to the wedding because, you know, he's got a special needs child, so he couldn't take the time, and there was a few other relatives that couldn't come, so we decided to go over and see them before the wedding. And yeah, she really enjoyed it, so so this year we'll bring the kids, and I'll take more of a tour, bring them on a bit of a tour of the country.
Yeah, plus Ireland is really, it's a different culture. You know, the funny way you guys dance, don't you guys have this funny dance, like where you sort of, it's not like Russian dancing, but it's like this, the body is still and the legs, they move like crazy.
Yeah.
What is that called again?
Celtic.
That's Celtic?
Is it? Yeah, the Irish dancing.
Irish dancing,
Celtic dancing.
And of course the combination with these buckets of beer that you guys have. This is not just a glass of beer, this is like a bucket.
We learned that from the Europeans.
Come on, we Dutch, we have small little glasses.
The Germans. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Germans, they do have these buckets too. Yeah, that's true. I doubt we have that in the Netherlands. We're a small country with small little glasses of beer. But I've seen those Irish. Oh yeah, you call it a pint.
Yeah.
It's not a glass of beer, it's a pint. Well, I call it a bucket. But it's good beer though, yeah. And like Guinness, isn't that from Ireland?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Guinness. Woof. But anyways.
Yeah, I hope they have a you know, it's not like St. Patrick's Day is not enough for them.
Oh yeah.
So they've come out with this Arthur's Day, like you know, Arthur Guinness.
Oh, okay.
Who invented Guinness, I guess.
Okay.
So they have a day like.
That's now a national holiday.
Yeah.
Okay. The beer holiday. Only in Ireland, I'm telling you. But she loved it. When you took her over, she really liked the culture. It's maybe not to live, but to visit.
Yeah, to visit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it rained the whole time we were there, and that was July. It was July. So we got to travel a little bit. My brother, he lives near Galway, so we were in and around Dublin.
Oh yeah.
And then travelled out to near Galway to visit him.
Oh yeah.
Didn't really get much of a chance to shore where I grew up. You know, that's kind of south of Dublin.
Okay.
It's the southeast of the country, so this time with the kids, I'll bring them on a little tour of where I grew up and stuff.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Yeah, I have done those things too. I'm a little ahead of you.
Yeah.
You're not as grey as I am. But I lived in the Netherlands for about 2 years with my wife and children, but they thought it was too cold, so finally we moved back again to Central America. But yeah, I gave them a tour over like where I was born and the schools that I went to, just to get a feel of the environment. And it was nice to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though they don't get the same real feel but it's a little bit like of an understanding. Yeah. Like, yeah, Dad's world was really different than where they were born.
Yeah.
Yeah, Europe. And so, okay, but so, let me see. So, but finally you ended up in Florida. You told me, but I forgot already. So how did you end up in Florida then?
Oh, we just basically my commute was just because I worked in on the Lower East Side.
Oh yeah.
Of Manhattan, so I had 2.5 hour commute in the morning, 2.5 hour in the evening.
Oh yeah.
It just wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
So I left and yeah.
But what made you decide to come to Florida? Or you got a job offer here?
It was actually I would have been closer to the office. Like when I first moved down, I was based out of the Fort Myers office.
Oh yeah.
Which was like 10 minutes from the house that we moved into. So I could come home at lunch times and things like that,
Nice.
So and there was a lot of perks to the job too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we thought it would be nice change, like a temporary.
Oh yeah, you said yeah, for 1 year. Yeah. But yeah, Florida grew on you. Yeah. So now you're happy working with Anthrax? Well, don't say no, because this is going to be on YouTube. But are you happy with Anthrax?
Oh yeah, they're good.
It's a big company here, eh?
Yeah.
It is.
They just built that large building. There's a lot of the rest of the IT over there. They've got on that campus. They have a hotel.
They have a hotel on their own campus?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So a lot of doctors would fly in.
Yeah.
To practice on, the instruments and the different things that we make.
Yeah.
So they come in to train.
Yeah.
And they just stay at the hotel on campus.
Oh yeah.
They've got a gym or like a big fitness center on the site.
Nice.
And they're opening up a new like media complex there.
Nice.
And then they have big cafeteria is all free for us
Yeah.
every day. So
Yeah, people tell me that it's a good company to work for.
yeah.
Good benefits, good competitive salaries. You know, they don't, and also that you can make career within the company, which is nice.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing. I used to drive a lot of, like when there were conferences in other hotels or conferences organized by Antrax, I would drive to other hotels to drive the doctors back and forth. I sometimes have a car full of doctors going to these conferences. But lately I have not been having that. I don't know. It sort of stopped. But
Yeah, there's they have some annual conferences for SAP.
oh yeah.
It's all in Vegas, but
You go there?
I think after, I've been a few times. It was a good few years ago. Was the last time.
Okay.
It was the last time I was there. I left the Thursday night instead of staying. But you know that shooting in Vegas?
Oh really? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I left. It was the night before that.
Wasn't that a shooting like with a concert or something?
Yeah.
Huh.
The Mandalay Bay.
You were there?
Well, I left the night before that happened.
Oh really?
So that was a good few years. What was that? It was 4 years ago, maybe 3,
Yeah,
4
something.
years.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. Somebody shooting from a hotel on the people down going to the concert.
Yeah,
That's just so weird.
yeah, it's tragic.
It is tragic. It's just weird how people lose their minds, eh? Probably was drugs or whatever.
Yeah,
Sad.
but they've got one in Orlando, and they do one conference then in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah.
But it's kind of like I kind of get tired of it.
Sure. Yeah. And then
You know, you've been to Vegas so many times. It's like I don't really want to go again.
right. Yeah, you've been there, done that. And yeah. Well, then there's also not a whole lot to learn anymore, probably. Except for networking. Networking is always good, but yeah, I can also see that you're happy where you're at with Antrax, and so there's maybe also less need to do networking as much.
Yeah.
Have you been to Disney World here in Orlando?
Yeah, we went a few years ago.
How did you like that?
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Did you go on any rides yourself?
Yeah, we some of our old friends from Connecticut came down.
They go, haha.
And one of them knows somebody who's an engineer there at Disney.
Oh really?
So we got some like passes and stuff to some of the better rides.
Oh nice.
And
like you could skip the line?
yeah.
Oh really? Well, give me his phone number. I'd like to connect to that guy. Jeez.
But we stayed in a really nice, the really nice hotel. And they give you that kind of wristband. And when you want to buy something, you pay for it with the wristband.
Yeah, you go beep beep and
it's like you get the bill at the end. And it's like, holy shit.
Oh, that's when you fainted?
My friend's ringing us saying, hey, do we buy you something here? It's like our bill's like a couple of thousand for food and drinks.
Well, now you know, the Irish, you call that a couple of drinks. For most people, that is like a swimming pool. Yeah, we just had a couple of drinks. $2,000 bill. I don't know. It's
But we got some. We have the kids some lifetime passes or something.
Oh, really? Cool.
Some lady that used to help with the kids years and years ago. She was leaving Florida, and she just gave them to us for our kids.
Nice.
We've used them once, maybe.
Also, they
have no. Like my daughter said to me, this was a couple of months ago. She's watching a YouTube channel of one of the Disney rides, and she said, "I want to go to Disney."
Supposed to go again.
Yeah, we've been there, and they have no memory of it.
Yeah, because they were so small. Yeah. How old are your kids now?
6 and 7.
6 and 7. Yeah, that's a beautiful age to visit Disney again, because they still like Mickey Mouse and all of that stuff. And then the rides, maybe they're getting big enough. Although 6 and 7, they may not be able to go on all the rides, because some rides are only for teenagers and up. But it seems like a nice age though to go with kids to Disney.
Yeah.
Like my youngest son is now 17, and that's almost too old for Disney, you know. Disney is for for kids and teenagers. He's still a teenager technically, but yeah, he's a big guy, and no, he prefers hanging with his guys, with his friends and groups, and you know.
Yeah.
So, although just for my sake, I gotta visit Disney World one day, because we're living sort of relatively close, and I haven't been there yet. So one day, I hope to see it.
There's another one it's not anything like Disney at all, but Busch Gardens in Tampa.
Busch Gardens in Tampa.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's like they have all the rides, roller coasters and all that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was...
You've been there?
Pretty good, yeah.
Oh. So you go on the rides yourself as well?
Yeah.
And your wife too?
So, no, she and my daughter went on a few.
Okay.
And then me and my son went on the bigger ones,
Okay.
You know, the ones where you're kind of, your legs dangle down.
Oh yeah,
and
exactly.
It flips you upside down and all this.
Where your stomach comes outside.
Yeah. I had to keep checking to see was he still in his chair.
Son, are you still there? Talk to me.
And then it goes underground and stuff, and then when you come up, it will do a loop.
Oh my goodness.
It's just crazy.
It does sound like crazy.
Yeah.
I gotta check that out. Busch Gardens in Tampa.
Yeah, and then they've also got a part of it where it's all based on like water, you know, like the water slides.
Yeah, sure.
And then there's another park is the roller coasters and all that. And then I think there's a third part to it.
It sounds big.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty big. It's not as big as Disney, but it's pretty big. I'll check it out. And so in Orlando, you also have something like an aquatic park or something, which is close to Disney, I believe. It's something like
SeaWorld.
Is that called SeaWorld?
Yeah.
And what is that? Have you been there?
Yeah, I went to SeaWorld. That was very good.
So what is it exactly? Is it also all rides, or?
It's rides, and you get to see like the killer whale where they ride along.
Oh yeah, they have killer whale.
Yeah, and dolphins and all that kind
show.
of. Yeah, big show. And what else is there? I'm having trouble remembering.
But like they have like big aquariums and maybe like
some rides, none really kind of.
And that let me
out.
look at all of that. So that is called SeaWorld, right?
SeaWorld, yeah.
Oh, Busch Gardens.
Busch Gardens, yeah. I think it's just outside
In Tampa, and then. What other ones do you know? Because you seem to be a library on on how do you call these entertainment parks? This is so much more interesting than SAP.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
Yeah. What else was there in Orlando?
Have you? Is there anything in Miami? There must be. There is of course Guitar Hotel, but that's more like a casino, no? I've never been inside, but.
We just went to, and I don't think this is like a permanent fixture in Miami, but the last time we went there was it was like in a big arena, and they had it was like a Jurassic Park type thingy. I don't know if they had any kind of rides and stuff like that, but you would walk around, and they had all the animatronic dinosaurs.
Oh really?
Yeah, the kids.
Cool.
The kids really liked that one.
They did. But that's probably for younger kids.
Yeah, that was
like that.
Yeah, that was actually a good few years ago.
Oh, I went to Kennedy Space Center. That was nice. Actually, we came to see a launch of a rocket, but then it got postponed. But we still visited, of course, the center. Kennedy Space Center is sort of interesting because you see the space shuttle and rockets that they used to use, and you learn about the technology and stuff. It was just a bummer that the rocket launch was postponed.
Yeah.
And then they did it later some weeks later, but then I couldn't make it. And it's a 3-hour ride from here, a 4-hour ride, so it's sort of far. So it's not like a quickie back and forth. No, it's like takes the whole day, and then these launches are in the middle of the night, and so I'll just let it go in the end.
Yeah, there was one launch that we.
Oh, you've been there too?
No, we got up. Myself and my neighbor went out to watch it. We could see, you could see it and hear it.
Really? Where were you?
From Fort Myers.
No.
Yeah.
From Fort Myers, you can actually see and hear the rocket launch from Kennedy.
It was like it was nothing special. You know what I mean? It was just.
No, it's not.
You could.
It's far.
Yeah, you could see it, and you could kind of hear it. I think it was one of the SpaceX, the big one.
Okay.
The Big Falcon or whatever he calls it.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to go up and actually go and see one.
Yeah, me too. One day.
From there.
Yeah.
And I always look at the schedule, and I think, fuck, that's a lot of driving. You gotta get to that area where you're allowed to park, get out.
Yeah.
You probably have to walk.
Yeah.
Some miles to
take a bus.
Fenced off area, and then I just think, it's too much.
Yeah, it is a little bit of an organization, but from Fort Myers to Kennedy Space Center, it's like maybe like a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a hassle. Plus, these rockets often they also shoot up in the middle of the night, and they can get postponed. You may organize this whole trip for nothing, and then you get another date. But yeah, you also don't know if the next date will work out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a little bit of a hassle, but it must be worth it to see it up close one day, because it must be a mighty thing, you know. The biggest rockets that isn't like this year, aren't they going to launch the space rocket, how do you call that, the spaceship from
the Artemis thing for...
No, because the Artemis went up once, right? But
that's the first part, right? And then there is the second part where
right,
it's a manned mission.
Right, they're gonna go this year or next year with the second Artemis flight. But I mean the spaceship from SpaceX.
Oh yeah, oh the big...
that thing is way bigger than Artemis.
Yeah.
That thing is like a tower.
What is that one called again? With the flippers on it?
With the flippers? Yeah, exactly.
That
yeah, that's the space.
orient itself and stuff on the way down.
Yeah, it's called Spaceship. Spaceship.
Oh.
I thought. No? Spaceship, and then they have the booster.
Oh yes, yeah.
And that gets
thing is gonna
spaceship.
Be
yeah, it's gonna be huge. Yeah.
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 And then there's a...
I think
what does he call it? It's oh my god, it's not Mechazilla. So it's like this, you know, the way it lands itself. Well, now it doesn't have to land on the ground. It lands on this
tower,
kind of like a tower with a claw type thing, and it's quicker to attach another whatever booster on the end of it and send it back up again quickly.
Yeah, the spaceship will actually fall back to Earth and it makes this belly thing flop, and then positions itself. The spaceship actually lands on its feet, I think. But the booster, that is being caught by this huge tower. The booster, and then the booster gets put in its place, gets refilled, and then the next spaceship put on top and fly again. Kind of thing. But they call that the Mechazilla.
It's something Mechazilla, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, typical name for. It's so cool what Elon Musk is doing. These things, because I believe that the spaceship together with the booster is almost twice as powerful as the Artemis.
Wow.
Almost twice as powerful. It just blows your mind.
Yeah.
That thing has like 33 engines. It's like...
Why not just have NASA get him to do the... because
He does.
I hear that
he's gonna go to the moon with it.
Oh, I thought this Artemis thing was like... They're using like boosters from different different rockets that had been launched before.
From the space shuttle. Those are on Artemis are the boosters of the old space shuttle program.
Yeah.
You still have a lot of those from back in the day. They're fixing those, and those are being used on the Artemis rocket. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Also that old technology still works and still is good for today's rockets. Yeah, the space shuttle program was just amazing. That's truly amazing. When you go to the Kennedy Space Center, you see it. You get to go inside one and all of that. It's mind-boggling how they could do that back in the day.
Yeah.
And it's too bad that it didn't continue. But yeah, financial reasons, I guess. It was too expensive. It was too fragile or something, I don't know. But yeah, so Artemis is going again, or the NASA is going with their own rocket, Artemis, to the moon.
Yeah.
But they also gave a contract to Elon Musk to also go with his spaceship.
Oh.
And I believe the way they do it is they first shoot a spaceship into space, then they shoot a second spaceship, which is called a tanker, that fills up with gas the first spaceship in orbit.
Yeah.
And then the spaceship goes to the moon, lands there, does its work, whatever it needs to do, and flies back.
Wow.
But so the trick of Elon is going to be refueling in space.
Ah, okay, I see.
It's just such a simple solution. Of course, technically it's going to be a masterpiece. It's going to be super difficult and all of that. But I mean, we're refueling airplanes in the air. Why not refuel a spaceship in space, right?
Yeah.
It makes sense to me. I mean, I think it's super cool what he's doing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go to Mars though. That's a one-way ticket.
Yeah, that's...
Would you go?
No.
No.
I just think that's just a dumb idea. I mean...
Oh really? You think, yeah.
What's the difference between living on Mars and living on the moon? You're still going to be...
Well, Mars has a potential to create life again.
But you're going to be...
There's still a little bit of an atmosphere on Mars. Not a lot.
But isn't it being slowly just stripped away?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't ever see...
Mars is a dying planet.
Yeah, just living in domes or living underground.
Right.
I mean, what's the difference of just setting it up on the moon? And, you know, I just... I can't see it ever working.
No, I have my doubts too, if it's possible. But I'd like them to try. Yeah, why not? Wouldn't it be cool if we could convert Mars back to an Earth-like environment?
Yeah.
It's gonna take a few million years, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, having all your eggs in one basket is not really a great idea.
Exactly.
You know.
Well, how do you mean that? All your eggs in
like
one
just
basket?
us, just on this one planet.
Right. Exactly.
What if, you know, one of these asteroids out there, you know, wipes us out?
Somebody presses the wrong button by accident.
Yeah.
Jeez. We're able to blow up the Earth so many times over. We're easily capable of destroying ourselves. And then what just happened with COVID and Corona and all of that they say came out of a lab. Well, thank God it was just a flu that came out of a lab, but you know, God help us if it's anything worse than that. I mean, that spread like there was no tomorrow. So yeah. No, life will not be forever on Earth either. I mean, you know, the sun has a certain lifespan, and
yeah.
The way we're living on Earth, we're using up the resources pretty fast, but yeah, it's probably not sustainable to stay on one planet forever.
Yeah.
Although, you know, we may just be doomed to be only on this planet because Mars may never work.
That's what I kind of think.
Well, I guess life is temporary after all, right? Well, we all come and we all go. But I guess that's also true for humanity.
Yeah.
We came, we saw, we left. I don't know what to say about it. Yeah.
Left in a big bang.
Who knows? Or like you say, the same fate as the dinosaurs maybe.
Yeah.
It could happen. Oh, they were practicing with a piece of rock though. Didn't they shoot a rocket to an asteroid to try to move the asteroid out of its orbit?
Oh yeah, I think I I read something about that.
And I believe that that asteroid was so tiny. They were all very proud and everything, but it was like a fraction of the asteroid that hit in the dinosaur times. So, alright, you guys, good luck with that. I don't know. It's still interesting, but
well, if we do get to live on Mars, we can make a mess of that planet then as well.
that's true, right?
If there's anything left of it.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe that if we try to live on Mars and it doesn't work, that we actually realize more how important this one planet is.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And that we start to take care of it a little bit better. I think we're trying, but we're just not doing a very good job. So here we are. Am I gonna punch a code, or what is gonna happen?
No, I'm gonna just jump out here because
Oh, really?
I don't have any gate opener.
All right, man. Well, nice talking to you.
Yeah, you too. Thank you very much.
Yep. All right, have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
All right, take care and bye-bye.